This forecast update effective around 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, November 19th, 2013. And following up from our earlier video this morning, starts you off with a visible look at Tropical Storm Melissa. You can see as the afternoon wears on and darkness starts to take hold in the eastern Atlantic. Here is Tropical Storm Melissa well east of Bermuda. Bermuda located right in here. Melissa now on the move off towards the northeast, and we're going to be watching for Melissa to possibly combine with another area of low pressure that moved through the Great Lakes on Sunday up over here near Labrador and form a new storm. Here's what it looks like in last night's run of the GFS. Nothing really changed this afternoon, so we're going to show you last night's run of the GFS as we already had this queued up, but here's what it's showing for tomorrow. Northeast flow into Florida and easterly flow across the Gulf of Mexico. We still see Tropical Storm Melissa out here well east of Bermuda, moving you out to 48 hours, which is going to be on Thursday. And you can see that we've got a tight pressure gradient starting to form with the area of low pressure that moved through the Great Lakes, now near Labrador, moving out towards the Atlantic with Tropical Storm Melissa looking to combine with this feature. Winds are going to start to lighten up just a little bit on Friday, going into Friday, and we'll show you that here in just a second. This is winds backing down out of the east, 10 to 15 knots just east of Florida up into the mid-Atlantic, and east winds switching to southeast over in the Gulf of Mexico. But look at this area of low pressure here. GFS showing 982 millibars. The latest out of the Ocean Prediction Center, I believe, was showing 972, but there's a lot of northerly fetch right in here. Here's Puerto Rico down here, a little bit below from what I can show you, but Puerto Rico is down here. I don't know if you can see my cursor moving around, but a lot of north fetch aimed at the islands in here, and this is going to be seas increasing to near 30 feet over the next 72 to 96 hours. Here's 96, and as you can see, the low starts to move off towards the northeast, and we still have this tight pressure gradient in here aimed at Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and the islands. Now again, we'll walk you back through that. 24, 48, 72 and 96. When we jump out here to 120, you can see that the storm system basically has moved off now, and whatever swell was generated is on its way towards the islands. The latest swell forecast showing some 15 to 18 second swell periods developing from that departing low. And as you can see, as we get back into Sunday, we get back into this pattern again. Like we've talked about in our recent updates, a wash, rinse, and repeat cycle. Here comes the northeast blow again, and we don't want to get too far ahead, but it looks like come Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday, winds will come out of that northeast and be pretty gusty again. But when we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, we see a pattern shift coming up. We've got a pretty predominant east flow set up with high pressure in the North Atlantic, kind of blocking everything down in towards the tropic, east trade wind flow. And we could see an area of low pressure, could be Nestor. Models have been hinting that we could see Nestor move into the same location where Tropical Storm Melissa is now. And I'm going to adjust this over. This is the afternoon run of the GFS. Let me move this over a little bit. And the afternoon run of the GFS hinting at an area of low pressure trying to develop in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to be watching for that. But here's the latest look at what the swell forecast. Let me readjust my camera here for just a second. This is 24 hours. Here's Melissa over here in this region east of Bermuda, and you can see some 12 to 13 second northeast swell periods now starting to reach the Bahamas by tomorrow. And in 48 hours, this kind of spans out along the east coast. Not sure what type of effect we're going to get with the high pressure wind swell that's building with the underlying northeast ground swell coming from what was Melissa. There'll be a small underlying groundswell mixed in with that wind swell for East Coast beaches coming up, and in 72 hours it's basically gone. But here's where it gets into 96 hours. 96 hours being Saturday. Saturday, latest out of the Ocean Prediction Center, showing some 16 to 18 second groundswell periods. So by Sunday into Monday, this should be filtering in towards Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. That's what we're going to be watching for. The latest wind wave forecast, again, let me adjust this just a little bit, but this is showing, this map is in meters, and this map is showing 10 meters here, well east of New England. Here's New England right up in here, Boston area. Well east of that, southeast of Nova Scotia, Labrador, seas building into the 30-foot range. That's all we got for you for now, guys. Stay tuned for the next update.